So let's go ahead and continue with our media query discussion. I went ahead and, as I have mentioned in a previous video, I have added a title. And again, I can't stress this enough. Every page must or should have a title, and that title should clearly represent the meaning, the content, and or the purpose of the page. And you should do this for every page. All right, enough said. Let's go ahead, and I'm just going to Command plus when I'm inside my source code here. I'm just going to zoom in on my source code, and let's add what will be our menu. Okay, so let's go ahead, and what we'll have first is our nav element, and I'm going to use both an ID and a class for this element, and we'll just use main nav for both ID and class. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have a button, and our button is what we're going to use to expand and collapse what will be the mobile version of our menu. Okay, now we'll just use again a simple button. We'll give our button element a class name. Our class name will be mobile menu button, and then we'll just place some text inside. How about we keep this simple, mobile menu. Then we're going to use an unordered list, which is very, very typical for creating your menus. We're going to give this unordered list a class name of responsive nav, and then we're just going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 menu, or I should say list items inside. Okay. Now let's go ahead and clean our code up here a little bit, because that's just the right thing to do. And we should be good. Let's go ahead and save. Now, what we're going to do next is we will add our initial CSS styles for this menu. So let's go ahead and go to our linked simple mobile menu CSS, and I've already written the code, so it'll be a whole lot faster. Let's just paste this in, and then we can talk about what's going on here. And unlike CodePen, where CodePen you could just go to the pen and copy paste code, I'll make all of the source code for the demos available on the server. You can go to the server and you can get the files and you can download them. I'll also provide the links to the resources in the YouTube playlist in the read area, okay, underneath the video. So I try to do that with all the videos. So if you haven't been looking in that area, you should check underneath the videos. I try to include all of the resources used in each of the videos. Okay, let's go ahead and just paste. Now I'm going to preface with I tend to build or design the mobile version first. So the mobile version is the non-desktop. So this could be mobile phone, smartphone, tablet. Okay. All right. So we'll just state the obvious here. We're going to zero out the margin on the body, and then we're going to use our universal selector, and we'll invoke the box sizing border box. So we are going to work with a CSS3 box model. Now we're going to go ahead and style main nav. Okay, this is the main parent element, and we're just going to go ahead and work with relative position. We'll set this to 100% of the browser width, but from now on you're going to hear me start saying viewport width more and more. Okay, so this is 100%, but we could also say 100 VW, viewport width. we'll just add some height, background color. We're going to hide any overflow, and pretty typical, we'll add transitions so we get a little bit of animation. Okay. Now we're going to create another element here. This is going to be main-nav.open, and this is what we're going to be targeting with a JavaScript in a later part of the demo. Okay, so this is basically going to change the height from 50 to 250. All right, and I believe that's all we're going to change. We're just changing the height. Now the overflow is hidden, so the content's already there. It's just we don't see the content, the unordered list and the list items, because the overflow is hidden, and we're only setting the height high enough to display that button. All right, so now we're going to style the unordered list. Pretty typical. And we now have our responsive nav. So we're going to tell that unordered list to display as a block level element. Now we're going to target our list item. So we're just adding some styles to that list item. And then we're going to style our button. Okay, so this is button, mobile menu button. Then we're going to add a button, mobile button hover state, and we'll add a button, mobile menu focus state. So we're taking care of all of these different possible states of our button. Okay. Then we're just going to, again, add some rules. You can take a look at these, but we're just going to take some, we're just going to set our properties and values to get our mobile menu button to, in this case, what did I do here? I'm setting the top and the right at 0. Okay, so that my mobile button will end up on the upper right hand side of the interface. Okay, let's go ahead and save, and we will take a look at what we have here so far. I'll just do a preview in Google Chrome, and here is my menu so far. So I'm going to inspect, so just right click and inspect. This is pretty straightforward in Chrome and Firefox. If you're using Safari, you may have to install the developer tools so you can then get at the inspect feature. All right, so we're going to inspect, and I'm going to make sure that we can toggle back and forth desktop to a mobile view. So I'm placing this in a mobile view, and then you can set the device which you want to work with. So I tend to work with Galaxy devices. And then you can also, so right now we are in landscape, so we can take a look in portrait. Okay, so basically we have created our menu. Our unordered list is right here. Okay, it's just we don't see it because we told this element to be a certain height, and we have set the overflow to hidden. But the idea is when we click here, we will expand the height and we will see that unordered list. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and we'll take a pause here and we'll pick up in the next video.